This past week, we welcomed Bishop Thomas Anthony Daly as he was installed the 7th Bishop of Spokane.
Good evening. This is episode 15 of Deacon Kyle's life history. I'm Bishop Tom Daly, the new Bishop of the Diocese of Spokane, installed today at a beautiful Mass in the presence of many priests, seminarians, religious women and men, deacons and wives. It's been a great time. My family's here. Spokane's weather was outstanding. I'm looking forward to meeting lots of people here and bringing the gospel to the Northwest Empire. May God bless all of you and keep our seminary, Bishop White, in prayers, as well as Kyle and David, who will be ordained to the priesthood in June. Thank you. God bless.
Is there anything I could say after my bishop? I suppose I could fill in some of the details. On a side note, Bishop Daly brought up with him some of his seminarians from San Jose to attend and even serve at the installation liturgies. And when I first met them, our conversation more or less went like this. Hi, I'm Deacon Kyle from Spokane. Welcome. Are you from San Jose? Yes. We saw your videos on YouTube. And one of them actually mentioned that he saw them with Bishop Daly. So it's kind of funny to be pre-introduced, I suppose. And for the record, when I started these video series, my basic ground rule for what I could post was I will only post what I'm comfortable with what my bishop will see online, or comfortable saying to my bishop in person. And I guess I got that. And in fact, I think the first words that Bishop Daly said to me when I first saw him in Spokane for the installation events was, "What episode are we on?" Anyway, back to the installation. The installation events had two main liturgies. A vigil service on Tuesday, May 19th, and then the actual installation Mass on May 20th. Both of these events took place at the Cathedral of Our Lady of Lourdes in Spokane, and it is in this church that I hope to be ordained a priest by the hands of Bishop Daly. The vigil dramatically began with Bishop Daly knocking on the doors to the cathedral with a mallet. And with that, we welcomed him into the church to begin our prayer service. At the start, there were some formal welcomes and greetings from local religious and civic leaders. The bulk of the vigil was a beautiful evening prayer service. The installation Mass on Wednesday was truly something to see. The cathedral church was packed with the lay faithful, all manner of groups of religious sisters. I'm not sure how many permanent deacons, I think around 19 bishops, and at least 100 priests. Now the installation Mass is, I think, peculiar because the actual installation part takes place at the very, very beginning of the Mass. In contrast to, say, ordinations or baptisms or weddings that would take place in Mass, that would occur at or around the end of the Liturgy of the Word. What happened for the installation Mass was that Archbishop Sarden, our Metropolitan Archbishop for the province of Seattle, which covers Seattle, Yakima, and Spokane, he processed in as if he was the presiding priest of the liturgy. And he came in, he started the sign of the cross, and after some welcoming remarks, he went immediately into the ritual in which Bishop Daly becomes our Bishop of Spokane, where Archbishop Carlo Viagano, the Apostolic Nuncio, the Pope's personal representative of the United States, read a statement declaring Bishop Daly as the 7th Bishop of the Diocese of Spokane. Immediately after that, as one of the deacons, I was tasked to show the official papal bull, this ornate Latin document which gives the actual words that saying that Bishop Daly is the Bishop of Spokane. It was my job to show it to the people, and I made sure to wash my hands right before Mass. After hearing these words from the nuncio, Bishop Daly responds affirmatively, saying that he will take on the responsibilities of being the Bishop of Spokane. After that, he was then escorted to the cathedra, or the bishop's chair that is housed in the cathedral. Hence, cathedra, cathedral. Anyway, connection made. And it's there that he assumed his seat. He sat down, symbolizing that he has arrived to take on the teaching authority of the bishop over the Diocese of Spokane. I could relate the chair of the cathedra with perhaps the chair that a professor may occupy, such as a chair of philosophy or what have you. So he sits down in his cathedra, this new cathedra, and is handed the crozier by Archbishop Sarton. The crozier shaped like a stylized shepherd's crook to symbolize his role as shepherd, that he is to guide and lead and care for the people of God under his care in Spokane. After the actual moments of Bishop's installation, of him accepting his charge to be Bishop of the Diocese of Spokane and then assuming his place at the cathedra, he became the principal celebrant for the Mass, and Mass, for the most part, proceeded as normal. And David did his deacon thing, I did my deacon thing, and it was just a joyous and happy occasion. With that 2-day whirlwind of ceremony and liturgy, we now have a new teacher, pastor, and leader in the Diocese of Spokane. As I drove back home that Wednesday night, coming off from that liturgical high, I finally started to feel excited for the future. I'm not sure what was holding me back, but something about having Bishop Daly, our new bishop, in place to lead us and be that source of unity for us in the Diocese of Spokane, that finally allowed me to get excited for myself and also for the greater church in the Spokane area. In this vineyard of the Lord in which I will work. I'm getting excited, and that's really all I can say at this point. Before I close, I would like to send a brief shout out to the seminarians from the Diocese of San Jose. It has been great to meet you, and I'm sorry that in the sense that our gain is your loss, but I will promise to the best of my ability to do what many of you asked me to do, to take care of Bishop Daly through my prayers, through my actions, through my service and cooperation with him as a fellow minister of God. I will do my best to cherish the gift of the presence of Bishop Daly here with us in Spokane. And finally, Bishop Daly, if you are watching this, when we see each other at the ordinations, it will be episode 19. Anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you next week.